It is sunrise at Calkins Lake in the White Clouds Wilderness. Somewhere behind that ridge line, that's called the Chinese Wall. Somewhere down there, the sun is peeking over the horizon, although we can't see it up here yet. If you take a look at this ridge line, there's three peaks here. There's Calkins Peak, and then WCP9, and the Egyptian pyramid looking one in the distance is Dioli Peak. It is a beautiful day to hopefully share a little education with you about Roth IRAs and traditional IRAs and what the tax differences are between the two. And we'll cover three areas really quick in the next couple of minutes. First is when you're putting money into these accounts. And with your traditional IRA or with your 401k, it works the same. You get a tax deduction up front. So you put money into the account, you get a deduction on your tax return. You end up with less tax on the return and therefore more money in your pocket to do whatever you want with. With a Roth IRA, when you put money into it, there is no tax deduction. So you're putting after-tax money into the account. Now the second area to cover is what happens while the money is in the account. In both cases, you can buy, you can sell, you have income, interest, and dividends, and you do not have to pay taxes as you go along your way with these accounts. The big differences come when you're going to pull money out of the accounts. Now, they're individual retirement accounts, IRAs, so the government wants you to leave the money in until you're 59 and a half. So with a traditional IRA, if you pull money out before you're 59 and a half, except for a couple exceptions, then the government's going to charge you ordinary income tax as well as a 10% penalty. If you wait until you're 59 and a half, then you're free to get the money out, but you still have to pay ordinary income tax on this money. No capital gains apply here, no preferential capital gain rates. It's ordinary income tax rates. And then lastly, the government will require you to start taking money out of this account when you're 70 and a half years old, whether you want to or not. Now with the Roth IRA, it's a little bit different. You've put money in that's after tax, so even before age 59 and a half, you can take your contributions out without a penalty. It's only the earnings that you're going to have a problem with. So if you've put $5,000 in and it's grown to $6,000, you can pull that $5,000 out at any time without any penalty. But if you're younger than 59 and a half and you pull out that $1,000 of earnings, then you'll have to pay the income tax and the 10% penalty, unless you qualify for some of the exceptions. Now, after age 59 and a half, this is where it's really different. With the Roth IRA, you don't have to pay any tax at all, ever, and the government will never require you to take money out of this account. So it is a great tool to prepay taxes for retirement and go into retirement with a tax-free account where you know that you're going to get every dollar that's in there, and it won't mess up your taxes for Social Security or any of those negative effects. Thanks for being with me this morning.